have a pile of clothes that need mending, and I thought that I would make a video out of it so that I actually just get on and mend them, rather than making a pile of I'll mend these at some point soon. Yes, I'll do that at some point, you know, those piles. And the other thing is, I just thought maybe it would encourage someone else to mend something, because I think that that's cool and important. So my denim jacket, there is a small hole here where this section is coming away from the collar. I feel like there was something else on here, but maybe I'll find it when I'm doing the mending. And then these pusheen trousers have a little hole on the leg seam that just needs putting back together. This nightie that I was fixing before, I noticed another little hole that I missed on the seam somewhere. This rainbow cardigan, Meatball just chewed a hole in it the other day. So I'm gonna just do that up before it gets any bigger. And then I noticed that this hand knitted jumper that I got from a charity shop quite a few years ago now, there's a hole near the collar, and there's also, I feel like there's one on the sleeve, yeah, here. This is coming apart. So that is my fixing pile, my mending pile, and I'm just going to work my way through it. They're all quite small, so I don't think it will take too long to get it done, and then they won't get worse. Let's actually get them mended. I'll show you like how I do things, but this isn't a tutorial, it's just a vlog where I'm mending stuff, because I don't really know how to mend things. I'm just kind of winging it. I want to learn more about all the different ways of mending stuff, and I'm sure there's loads of really clever things that make it more durable and just nicer to wear, and there's got to be so much to learn about it, and I want to learn it all, but currently I have a very basic idea of mending, so I'm just going to wing it, which is fine. I learn by doing things anyway with craft stuff. I'd rather just get on with it and then also read about it and then just like merge it all together. But yes, this isn't a tutorial, but I will show you what I'm doing. It's just a mending vlog. Mending vlog. to weave over this hole. As well as the hole near the bottom, I also noticed that along the seam in the armpit was getting really thin, so I've put a patch on the inside of that, and then I'll sew all over it like I did with the other patches that are on here. I think I'm going to have to do both armpits. And I think both sides have a hole near the bottom in the same place as well, which is weird, but yes. Extra holes, but I think this is an okay way to fix them. I made good progress today. I got the pusheen trousers and the 2 knitted ones done, and then tomorrow I'm going to try and get the jacket finished, and I just need to go over the patches. I got all 4 of the patches put on here, and I just need to go over them to hold the fabric down, which I might do a little bit of this evening. But yeah, I made much better progress than I thought I would. Last night I got a little bit more done on the nightie. I went over one of the patches in the armpit here. Because it's over a seam, it's a little bit more difficult than just like a flat area, so it was a bit slow and it was a bit tougher, so it started to hurt my finger a little bit, so I just did the one. So the nightie still needs some work, but I think next I'm gonna do the jacket, and I was thinking about just darning the hole, but now I'm wondering whether, although actually I was gonna say I'm wondering whether the fabric needs a patch as like reinforcement, but I feel like it's just coming away from the seam. I don't think that this fabric is particularly thin, so maybe I will just darn it, because I was worried about putting a patch over all of these like parts that bend, like how the collar has to bend and this has like a seam on it. I'm not sure how you're supposed to fix that. So yeah, I'm going to do this next, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. And then I just have to finish the patches on the nightie. Green or pink is always my biggest dilemma. They're the two best colours. All the colours are good, but green and pink are always a good choice. When you only need one, how do you choose? The sun is in my face, I can't see anything. Sorry, the light is going to be weird. The sun is just right there and I can't do anything about it. Mending pile is mended. I got through it all. I'm going to show you each of them. I didn't do anything fancy, but I'm going to show you anyway. So the blue jumper had a hole in the collar. And this, I picked a pink thread because I thought it would be cool to have the mend stand out, and there was a bit on the sleeve as well. Is it this sleeve? Yeah. But then it ended up being quite subtle anyway, which is fine. But yeah, you can see some of the pink. I'm sure it will get more holes in it and I'll be able to build up some fancy, colourful, visible mending on there. And then with this one, again, I'm not fussed about the mend being visible, but with this rainbow cardigan, I wanted to still keep with the colours. So you can see where I've mended it, but I still used red in there. I'm pleased with that, that worked out. And then the pusheen trousers. Where is it? Here we go. There was two bits on here on the leg seam. This is kind of like darning. I'm not sure if it's exactly what darning is, but there's the other bit. And here, little piece there. And they turned out pretty good as well. I'm just like, they turned out alright, they turned out alright. Don't really have anything else to say about it except that I enjoyed it. And that I'm happy to be fixing things. And then the nightie, because this is so old that the fabric is just quite thin everywhere, so I put patches rather than just sewing the holes together to help kind of reinforce the fabric. So both armpit seams have patches sewn in, and then they also both had a small hole. They both sides had a small hole on the seam near the bottom, so I did that. And then the last one, the denim jacket, in the end I just the other side, I just literally sewed across the hole. I didn't do anything fancy at all, I just kind of held it back together again, and then I did a little row, I don't know, back stitch maybe, across the bottom of it, just to help reinforce that bit of fabric just below where it had started to fray. And yeah, I'm pleased with all of them. I think that it all worked. I'm pretty sure that those holes are mended, and I had a nice time, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with myself. Thank you for helping me, because seriously, if I hadn't made a video out of it, that would still be a mending pile that I was going to sort out at some point. But it's not a mending pile I'm going to sort out at some point. It's a mending pile that I worked through in 2 days and got it all done. So thank you for being here. And I guess that's it, because the mending pile is finished. So yeah, thanks, and I'll see you next time.